What's your motivation in coming to work?
It's an ongoing process. It's never ready. If you design a product and you work on it, then the specific product is ready. But it's never ending in what I'm doing. So it's an ongoing work. If I finish on an area signature, I'm already in the next phase. I have new ideas, I have new things. So I have to bring products to the market, yes. But the product it's an ongoing process. When you cycle on it, when you sit, and design is nothing where you can just go, to work, you sit in a room and you need to design. It doesn't work like this. Design is something, it happens.
What is bicycle design to you?
Designing and engineering, and I have a very interesting approach to that. We have designers which are designing wonderful products, even outside of bicycles, but once you test and you try them out, they fail. They don't function, they don't work, and it's not something which makes you happy as a customer. It's maybe nice to look at it, but it doesn't have the functional approach to it. So I would say we're the combination of engineering and designing and bringing both together into one product. Because on the other hand, we have the engineers who make a product perfect. So they know how to make it stiff, they know how, and if you then look sometimes at engineered products, they don't have the design part of it.
Exactly.
So a perfect product for me is really which has the function, and then you put this function into a nice housing, yeah? And if this works, then you have a perfect product.
Do you look at other competitors?
Basically, if I see something which is interesting from a competitor, then I also can say, yes, they're doing a good job. But if you're innovative or innovation driven, then it's more that the others are following you. So I don't want to be arrogant in this case, but if we look what we have achieved over the years, when I came 1995 at Eurobike with my first road bike in 1.1/8" headset and steer tube dimension, the media was laughing at me. And I explained them to make a bike stiffer and to make it lighter, I need to increase the dimension. Today, it is an industrial standard. When I created the first power arms in 1993, everybody said, you're doing a mountain bike carbon fiber crank. Why not a road? And why carbon fiber? It doesn't work. Today, the high-end cranks are carbon fiber. So a lot of things which we did, we had a vision, it sometimes takes years to do it, and at the end of the day, it has proven that we have led the engineering part of the industry into a certain direction. So you could say we're giving an influence to the industry.
Back to that point, I think that should be a kind of norm for producing bicycle, but other companies it seems so natural to think about that, to do proportional tubing for each and every size. But is it a question of production cost?
Yes.
Mainly?
It's a question of development and production cost. If you have a mold and you need to do a layup plan for a specific size, it increases your development and your QC costs.
Yes.
And then it shrinks down your manufacturing quantities as well, because it's more complex for the manufacturer to produce it. If you have a tube-to-tube, you can easily make a new mold for a head tube, and you have a new size, and you just cut your top and down tube. What, by the way, nearly all Italian manufacturers are doing, like Colnago, when they just bond the head tube with the top and with the down tube. And I think that this doesn't give you the benefits of carbon fiber, because just the bonding material is holding the frame together, but not the yield strength of the fiber itself.
What are your thoughts on the current trend of road bike design?
At the moment, if we look into the last 2 decades, we had a transition from various materials now into carbon fiber. So it was steel, then a lot of titanium, then aluminium, and then into carbon fiber. The first steps were to make a frame light and stiff. Then it was also same focus on the forks, then it was the same focus on making the frame more comfort orientated, also on the forks. And the latest trend is, of course, aerodynamic. All four things are not fitting perfectly to each other. This is why the Enario in 2013 was tested by Touring magazine as the best frame in the world with a 1.1. The perfect frame which can achieve everything is a 1.0, and it was tested with a 1.1. And it's very complex. So at the moment I feel we have done a good job on building frames which achieve the perfect, or as close as they could be to the perfect frame. And it doesn't make sense to make frames lighter and lighter, because if I have a 5.3, 5.4 kilogram bike, that is light enough. I also want to have the security and the life spent on it. The next part is definitely interaction. So the contact areas in my office, probably you saw a saddle.
Yes.
This saddle is manufactured to my butt. So it is actually measured, my pressure points on my saddle, and then the saddle is manufactured. So the interactive parts like pedals, handlebar, and the saddle is something where I feel we will see a lot of interesting trends coming.
I noticed many companies are looking into total integration of the system, like perhaps loops, for example, where they have all these proprietary parts. Do you think that's where the future is heading, or do you have other ideas?
We have done that.
Yes.
So when I developed with Gary Klein on the aluminum frame, the first handlebar stem systems were built by Klein. Yeah, so we had the Quantum Pro, which had a handlebar stem system. We had the first press fit systems at Klein and then at Storck in the very beginning. And F06, so the Fastener 0.6, has system integration of brakes into the frame. The Aero 2 has this. So system integration is not new to us. It makes definitely sense if it goes only to a certain extent. If you're exceeding to this extent, you're also creating sometimes problems. For example, if the handlebar stem version needs to be fitted to the customer, it might be difficult.
Yes. Do you think the road bike have to be shaped like so, like the one we have now, two triangles snap to each other? I once read somewhere, I think, that they mentioned that the way the road bike is designed at the moment, it's partly tradition. You know, you want to keep the look of the bicycle, but the other part is also, there's also possibility for it to be shaped the other way. Why do you make? No, I understand. But you know, the one we are riding, the one we see in the market right now. So apart from UCI and all that, do you see any other shapes taking in trend? Quite
difficult. The diamond shape frame has huge benefits because you have contact areas where you mount on your wheels, where you have your bottom bracket, your seat post, and of course a fork and handlebar. And if you take this and you're changing it to a different frame shape, we have done it with the organic,
yes.
We have done it with the Voltist. It is something which maybe gives you a different design approach, but it doesn't help you to make a product which is lighter, stiffer, or more comfort orientated. So to answer your question, I still feel that the diamond shaped frame is the best way to manufacture a bicycle frame.
Okay, thank you. That should be all the questions for now. And so
you're welcome.
Too much of the time. Thank you. Very insightful.
You're welcome.
Yes. So.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thanks.